In this video, I'll be working on a lab from the flackbox.com Gold Bootcamp, the CCNA Gold Bootcamp, and it's available at flackbox.com. It's a paid course, and I highly recommend it. Let me turn on my cursor highlighter. I need to do that. Sorry, forgot again to do that. And that should take care of that. And the name of this one, this is an ACL Access Control List Troubleshooting Lab. All right, so let's get started. It says the previous network administrator was tasked with securing the network as follows. PC1 should be the only PC which can telnet to any router. The network managers are not concerned about securing telnet from one router to another. And number 2 is ping should not work to R2. So no one should be able to ping R2. No ping should be able to get to R2. It says the security configuration has been tested and management found the following problems. PC1 cannot telnet to any router, and PC3 can telnet to any router. So we don't want this to be able to telnet to the routers. We do want this to be able to telnet to the routers. And it says R1 can ping R2, and back here we don't want ping to work to R2, so this can still ping this, so that's a problem. You've been brought in to help view the configuration on router 1 and 2 and then fix both problems. The telnet password is Blackbox. So we'll start by verifying the problem, and let's go to command prompt, and we're going to just try telnetting into 10.0.0. So we're going to do telnet into 10.0.1.1 and 10.0.1.1, and I'm going to go forward in time with packet tracer to speed this up. So connection timed out. So that's a problem because we actually want PC1 to be able to telnet. And then let's try PC2. And from PC2, let's try to telnet to, again, 10.0.1.1, which is router 1, the F10 interface. And we're going to go forward in time. And that timed out, okay. Also, let's try telnetting. Forgot to check the other connection. Telnet 10.0.0.2, which is going to be router 2 over here. And this is from PC2. And let's go forward in time. Connection timed out. Remote host not responding. And okay, and then let's go over to PC3 and see what happens with that. So we want to ping 10.0 10.0.2.0 network, so 10.0.2.1. Or actually, I'm not paying telnet. I'm wanting telnet in. So that was 10.0.2.1. And it's allowing it. So that's not correct. Because PC1 should be the only PC which can telnet to any router. And if we type in the password, we'll see we're in. So we don't want that. That has to be fixed. And then if we try to telnet to 10.0.0.2, which is router 2, forward in time. Okay, that connection timed out. Okay, so let's look at router 1 and see how we have things set up. So we're going to do a show access list and see what we have. So right now on router 1 deny TCP from 10.0.1.0, so 10.0.1.0, this network, with a wildcard of 0.0.0.255, so deny anything. And it's saying with the greater than, this is the port, source port, I believe, or I'm not sure if that's source or destination port. I think it's source. But greater than 1023, any, and via Telnet, so equals Telnet. So any Telnet traffic coming from here should be denied. Okay, and then the next line is permit TCP host 10.0.1.10, which is this, which is PC1, and permit Telnet. So we do want that. And then permit IP any, and that's just allowing any other IP traffic to come through. And then we have deny ICMP, which is going to be ping any host to 10.0.0.2. Okay, so right here we're giving the command to, hey, block any 10.0.1.0 traffic, but we actually want this traffic to come through, the Telnet traffic from specifically this host. So we need to flip these, because what will happen is the router is going to read the access list line by line, and if it hits this line first, and this is part of the 10.0.1.0 network, it's just going to act on that, and that'll be the end of it. It won't even get to the next line. So we have to reverse these because the order does matter. So yeah, we have to switch that. I don't think we're going to need the source port anymore. And let's correct the ACL on router 1, and that will be, yeah. What we can do is we can just create a new one. So let's do that. So conf t, move this out of the way, and we're going to go IP access list. That's the command. And we're going to use an extended, and we're going to name it Telnet control for F10, which is this interface right here. Okay, and that's the name. So we've established that. And now we want to add the entries. And so we're going to permit TCP from the host 10.0.1.10, which is the PC right here, PC1. We want to permit from 10.0.1.10 to any and equals Telnet. So we're just saying, hey, permit Telnet traffic from 10.0.1.10, and that should do that. And then we want to deny Telnet from anyone else in this network. And to do that, so we did the permit, and we need to deny TCP, and we're going to do it from the 10.0.1.0 network. And we need to have a wildcard of 0.0.0.255. So anything in that network. Any equals, and then Telnet. Okay. So we've permitted specifically from this host, so that'll be acted on first, and then deny everything else. Okay. And then we have to have the, there's an implicit deny any at the end of every ACL. So we need to permit IP, and if you look at it, IP is just any internet protocol. IP, and then you can choose any, so any source host, and then another question mark, and it'll show us any destination host. And that's what we want. So we want to permit any type of IP traffic coming from any host to any host is sort of a catch-all at the end there to allow it through. And that should be all we need for that. Now we need to apply it to the actual interface. So hit end, and we're going to go to interface, conf t, interface, fast Ethernet, and there should be 10. And then the command is going to be IP access group. And then we're going to use the name Telnet control F10, and that should be the same as what I had up here. Telnet control F10, and then this is going to be, the direction is going to be in, because it's coming this way into the router. And let's do in. And then we'll want to delete the old access control list, which we can find from, remember the one that was reversed. Let's do show run. And let's look at, I want to see what fast Ethernet 10 had on there. So that's 00, has IP access group 100 out. And then 10 has IP access group Telnet control F10 in. Okay, that's good, because that's the one that we created. That looks right. Telnet control F10 in. And we need to get rid of the other one though. So this is it, because it's saying deny all traffic from the 10.0.1 network and then permit the specific host. So this is what we have to get rid of. So we need to get rid of this line. And we're just going to copy that. And we're just going to go down to, we want to do this in global configuration mode, and then we're going to enter the no command and then paste. So no IP access list extended control Telnet. I should get rid of the old one. Okay. Where are we now? So okay, so we need to let me think here. PC1 should be the only PC. Which can telnet to any router. So PC1 should be able to telnet to both of these. And ping should not work to R2, period. Just no pinging R2 whatsoever. And so we're going to need, we need to deny telnet activity from the 10.0.1.0 network. And because we don't want that. All right, so let's go into router 1 again. And let's hit end, comp T. And then we're going to do an IP access list. And we're going to do an extended. And this is going to be for F01, because we're trying to block the 10.0.2 network. You don't want, because this was able to telnet, we need to block that. I think earlier I said 10.0.1 network, and I meant 2. I should have been looking at this. So we have IP access list extended, and then we're going to name it telnet control underscore, and this will be for F01. All right, let me spread that out just so it's easier to read. Yep, so IP access list extended telnet control on F01. And then we want to, the option is to deny. And we want to deny TCP from any to any, and specifically equals telnet. So we're blocking all telnet traffic from coming in there. And then we want to permit, we have to have the this line permit any, so non-telnet traffic could still get through. And then we have to apply it to the interface. So we're going to hit end, and we're going to do interface fast interface fast Ethernet 01 is what we're working on. And then we want to add the command IP access group, and then the name telnet underscore control underscore F01, which is what we used right here, telnet underscore control F01. And then that needs to be inbound because it's coming this direction. So in, right? Yeah. And then that should have blocked PC3 from being able to ping or telnet, because it was able to before. So let's see where we're at here. So let's see what PC1 can do. Let's pull up the command prompt and let's see if we can ping, or no, telnet into router 1 from PC1. So we're going to do telnet, and we want to go to 10.0.1.1, 10.0.1.1. Yep, it's allowing us. Black box is the, or if I type it right, there we go. So that worked. And now we want to try to telnet into router 2. So let's telnet into 10.0.0.2. And yep, that worked. And exit out of that. So now that's functioning properly because we want PC1 to telnet to any router. We don't want PC2 to be able to telnet in, so let's test that. And we're going to do a telnet to 10.0.0.2, which is router 2. We'll start with that. Fast forward in time. Timeout, remote host not responding. That's good. And now we need to telnet into, attempt to telnet into 10.0.1.1. There we go. And we will fast forward in time here. Host not responding. So good. So PC2 is blocked from telnetting. Let's check PC3. And we'll start off by attempting to telnet to router 2. And let's fast forward. Timeout. Good. Host not responding. And then we're going to attempt to telnet into this interface, 10.0.2.1, right? Yeah, because we need to make sure it's not even able to telnet to this router either. And so let's see what happens. Remote host not responding. Okay, good. So we've blocked telnet from everything but PC1. And PC1 should be the only PC which can telnet. Done. All right, and we're going to have to look at that too. So ping should not work to R2, and that means just from anywhere. And let's check it out. So let's try pinging. So we're going to ping 10.0.0.2, that's R2. Host unreachable, that's good. Let's try pinging from PC2. Ping 10.0.0.2, which is router 2. Host unreachable, that's good. That's what we want. Try pinging from PC3. 10.0.0.2, again, router 2. Let's see what happens. Request timeout. Let's fast forward in time. Good, that didn't work. And then ping from router 1 to router 2. Let's test that. And ping 10.0.0.2. Okay, so that succeeded. So we have to stop that. Now, it's going to work from, even though we have set up an access control list on router 1, if you ping from that router, the access control list is not going to affect that activity. So we need to block that. And let's look at this. So show access list. And we've got deny, that's ping. Okay. So saying deny ICMP, which would be ping traffic, any host to 10.0.0.2. So again, that's why none of these were able to ping. Permit IP any, that's not going to affect us. So again, even though this line here says any host, the access control list is on router 1. So our router 1 won't be affected by its own access control list. Because it just, ACLs don't apply to traffic originating on the router. So we need to apply an ACL on router 2 specifically. So let's go to block the traffic coming this way. So we're going to have to go over here and add one. All right, so we want to get into global configuration mode, and we need to do an IP access list, and we're going to do an extended, and we're going to call it control ICMP, which is ping traffic. And then the entry is going to be deny, and then ICMP from any to the host 10.0.0.2, and then we have to have the permit IP any, because you're going to need that for non-ping traffic. Okay, and now we need to apply this to the specific interface, which is 0.0. So and T interface fast Ethernet 0.0. Yep. And now we need to issue a command IP access group, and it's control ICMP. That's the name. So we're going to paste that there. And then we want it in because it's coming into the router. So hit enter, and that should do that. Okay. So now we'll have the ping traffic blocked here. I want to see. This list is only blocking ping traffic. So we don't really need this anymore because we just added this command over here on router 2, deny any host, any ping traffic. So we can remove this because this is redundant. So yeah. So this is all right. So let's go ahead and remove that so it doesn't create confusion later. And we need to go into global configuration, and we're going to just do no access list 100, because that's what it is, access list 100. And then we have to do it on the interface too, interface fast Ethernet, and that was on 00. And then no IP access group 100 out. So get rid of the one that was establishing that. So access list 100 will only affect this. So let's do show access lists. Look at it now. And it's gone. Okay, good, because we want to keep the Telnet ones in place that we created. All right, so now let's just verify that we cannot ping R2 at all from anywhere. So ping 10.0.0.2, destination host unreachable. That's good. PC2, ping 10.0.0.2, host unreachable. That's good. PC3, ping. Go forward in time because I'm impatient. Request timed out. Good. That failed as well. And now we need to check from router 1 to router 2. And let's ping 10.0.0.2. And U is unreachable, so that's good. It failed. That's what we want. And then let's just quickly double check Telnet from router 1. Telnet 10.0.0.2. Yep, we're getting in because it's asking for the password, and we're in. So PC1 cannot telnet to any router. That was a problem. We fixed that. PC3 can telnet to any router. That was a problem. We fixed that. R1 can ping R2. That was a problem. We fixed that. And that is the end of that lab. We've done all the troubleshooting. So again, cool lab from the blackbox.com Gold Bootcamp CCNA course. Highly recommend it. I'll see you in the next video.